Hi everybody, welcome to Shifting Lives. I'm your host, Goodman Ndlovu. Shifting Lives is the epicenter of self-growth and development for you who desire to live an abundant life of purpose as you walk into your divinity while navigating life on earth. It is a home for motivation, encouragement, and spiritual growth. A safe place for vulnerability as well as celebrations. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shifting Lives. Thank you so much for following. Thank you for your subscriptions, guys. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos, commenting, liking, and sharing. It really is an honor to know that my work or my craft is being appreciated and recognized. So please do keep on. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe, share my videos, like them. I'll truly appreciate that. All right, so let's get into the episode of today. Today, we will be talking about how to keep a positive mindset. With me on the side, I have my very favorite person, my friend, my leadership, my minister, the father of my children, Mr. G. Mr. G, how are you, babe?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good. It's such an honor to have you here.
I'm honored to be here.
Okay. So, guys, today we'll be discussing about how to keep a positive mindset, how to cope. We know that life happens to each and every one of us. Mr. G here is a family man, a minister, and he has a 9-5 job. So he has a 24-hour job, 24 hour, not even a 9-5. So, and it's very hard trying to put all of those things together and being, the lead man that you are, being the husband that you are, the father that you are, and still being able to do your work effectively the way that you do. It costs in terms of your mental health and wellness.
Yeah.
In terms of you coming home and still, fathering us in all energy levels. How do you manage all of that? How do you manage staying positive, with all of what you do and with life happening, because life continues to happen? How do you keep positive in all of those instances?
Thank you for hosting me.
You're welcome.
I'm really honored to be your guest. In terms of your question on the mindset and to juggle things around, family, work, social life.
Yes.
These are different spheres of life where we all go through.
Yeah.
First thing first is separation. You need to separate work, family, and social life.
Okay.
Yes, you are one person, but separation. From work, you leave work. Family time, it's family time.
Yes.
No work. Social life, then do social.
Yeah.
But how to keep a positive mindset? First thing first, I would say, just your focus.
Okay.
What do you focus on? If it's family, what are your goals for the family? What do you want to achieve as a family? Yes, there will be distractions. Sometimes there will be, if there's something that you want to buy, there'll be financial implications. There'll be a lot of things that will come along the way, so in such a way that you will end up not buying what you wanted to buy at a certain time.
Yes.
But focusing and planning, that's all you can do in life in general. You need to focus. Your focus, what your mind tells you to do. What do you feed your mind when it comes to work issues? We all working to feed our families.
Yeah, that's true.
If you know that I'm working to feed my family, then you will focus on your job. Do exceedingly to what you've been to your work job description, so to say. But as long as you know why are you there, you're working to feed your family. That's it. But keeping a positive mind, it's one thing that try by all means not to focus on the things that are happening around you.
Yeah.
The challenges, the hurdles that you will come across. Focus on the thing that you want to achieve. Be like a marathon runner.
Yeah. Focus
Your
on the
focus is at the finishing line. Come pains, come what, uphill, downhill, but your focus is at the finishing line. That's it. Focus.
I know we once spoke about a horse racer where they had this
Yeah.
sort of like that, sort of like directive,
Yeah.
whatever they call that they put on their heads that actually, you know, closes their eyesight from seeing the opponents or the
or
opposition
the
or the
sides.
sides, whatever. And I think that comes very well when it comes to focus,
Yeah.
because their intention is for the horses not to be distracted by what the other person is doing,
Or
and
what's
often
happening on the side.
what's happening on
Yeah.
the side. Even if one horse collapses down or one horse
keep
races the
running.
other way, you don't see that
Yeah.
because you are just straight focused.
Yeah.
And I think that works also very well with our life and our intentions. That regardless of what you are doing on the side, regardless of what the neighbor is doing on the other side, I need to be doing what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
Focusing on me, focusing on the goal, being intentional on where I want to be.
Focus on the end product.
Yeah.
You must always have the bigger picture. Put the puzzles together.
Yeah.
Just have the bigger picture. That's it. Focus.
That is very powerful.
Your mind or your mindset is like your computer.
Yeah.
Once your mindset shuts down, the whole body will shut down.
Yeah.
Once your mind derails, the whole body will derail.
Yeah.
What you feed your mind, it's what you manifest through your body.
Yeah, yeah. And the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So everything comes down to the mind. And I know one of the sayings of our pastor is, your feet will never take you where your mind has never been.
Yeah.
So if you have never been in an aeroplane, it's probably because you have never thought of it.
Yes.
If you have not traveled to a certain area, it's because you have not thought of it. But the minute you start thinking on those things and you start thinking on your goals and focusing on achieving those goals,
then
it
you have
becomes
the
easy
zeal
to manifest your reality.
Then you have the zeal
Yeah.
to manifest what's in your mind.
Yeah.
You have the edge, the driving force that will put you there. Because you can be in Cape Town, you can be in Dubai with your mind.
Yeah.
But once your mind is set on being there, you will start working towards being there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned focus as one of the things that helps you navigate family life, social life, as well as your work life, and as a minister, of course. Now, besides focus, because a lot of people will tell you, I'm focused, I have goals and I try to achieve my goals, but life happens, there are distractions, there's, family issues, there's a lot of things that life throws at us. And we, at some point, we're not even ready for it, We don't even know how to respond to it, and our goals get derailed or our focus get tempered with. How do I still keep a positive mindset, believing that I'm still called and ordained to be in this ministry? I'm still called and ordained to keep or to have this.
Yeah.
How do you even keep, as a minister and as a family man, how do you keep positive that God has called you to do this?
What keeps me going is that I believe that I cannot be called for something that I cannot achieve. There's a saying that says, God equips the called.
Yeah.
If God called me to a certain job, surely I will make good at that job. If God called me to be a family man, God will give me all the necessary tools, equipment, or can I say,
the wisdom,
plans,
you need wisdom to navigate.
Plans, if there's plans, but God will make it happen.
Yes.
God will make it happen. Okay. Some will say, this book will help you, that book will help you, The teachings of so and so will help you.
But now, how then? If I've done all of that, if I truly believe I'm called, I truly believe I've gone through the self-help books that have been mentioned or been recommended for me, and I still struggle to be positive. I still struggle to, to think, to, to, to think good thoughts about myself, to think that I'm actually capable of anything.
Focus and thinking is two different things.
Okay.
When you start thinking of something that is negative, start saying word.
Okay.
The power of a spoken word.
Okay.
If your mind now is telling you that, let me just say, I'm thinking of going to steal or rob a bank or do something bad, start saying a word against it.
Against the thoughts. Okay. The power of spoken words.
The power of a spoken word.
And actually, you can't think and speak at the same time.
It's impossible.
Okay.
It's impossible to think and talk at the same time.
All right.
When one is working, the other one stops.
Yeah. Yeah.
When this one is working, this one will stop. You can't do both.
And actually, to think of it, the mind is where everything gets captured. Because then what you see, the mind captures it and then tries to arrange it in a form that you will understand.
Then the body reacts.
And then the body reacts. And so when you think based on maybe your emotions, or you're having sad emotions, and you start thinking negative things, or you are feeling overwhelmed with certain things, you start thinking negativity, you start thinking bad about yourself. What you then need to do is immediately start talking good about yourself, actually practicing positive affirmations.
A thermometer goes with the temperature.
The current temperature. So it actually reflects the current situation.
It reflects the current situation.
Okay.
So your mind or your mindset shouldn't be like that.
All right.
But it should be a thermostat. A thermostat goes against.
So it always changes the situation.
It always changes the situation.
Okay.
You use your mind as a thermostat, not a thermometer.
All right. So which means I'm actually plugging into something that is against the situation. Okay. All right.
That's a kettle has a thermostat because you put cold water, you turn it on,
and it boils it up to hot. So it changes the current situation to what you desire
to be.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. That is deep. So our minds need to be a thermostat and not a thermometer. We do not need to always record what we are going through.
No. And there's a saying, your mind is your servant.
All right.
Your mind is your servant.
How so?
You never ever think that you cannot control your thoughts. You can control your thoughts. You can control your thoughts. Nothing is impossible.
And that's why the Bible actually calls us to be renewed in our minds.
In our minds.
We are to be renewed in our minds, which means I can allow things that I knew that rewire my mindset, that shift my mindset. I can allow those things.
There's a scripture in Philippians
4 and 8.
Philippians 4 verse 8 that says, whatever pure, whatever love, whatever good, whatever good report. It actually gives us a list
of things that we need to be thinking about.
Then it says at the end, think about that.
That's powerful though, because whenever we charge our minds to thinking a certain direction, we are actually equipping and putting into folders the things that we want our minds to set at. So which means even if I am really thinking of negative things, I can rewire my mind to remember Philippians 4:8 that no, I actually need to be thinking of right things. I need to be thinking of good reports. I need to be thinking of things that are worth praise.
Pure.
So
love.
You start, if you can't think about those things, at least start talking about something that is positive. I always say to myself, in order for me to change this negative mindset that I have, I need to start thinking of the positive that I want in my life.
Yes.
Even if I don't have it, even if I have not really, experienced it, but because it's something that I want. So I start talking about that and telling myself that, like,
Yeah.
girl, you creative, you are beautiful, you are what God, has called and ordained. You are set apart. And I speak those things. I actually start speaking about these things the times and the areas when I'm really thinking positive, negative.
And one other thing, writing them down.
Writing them down, yes.
Every time you pass that board, or it's in the mirror.
Yeah.
When you look yourself in the mirror, then you see that, you start reading that, you start proclaiming it.
I know you sometimes think I'm crazy when I have all of my sticky notes all over around the house.
No, I don't think you are, because we like to do things in different ways.
Yes.
Everybody find a way that works for you.
Yes.
Find a way that works for you, then probably, and I'm 100% sure, it will help you. Start somewhere. Yeah. If you have to write it down, stick it somewhere. Yes. Every time you pass that side, you will see that, start proclaiming that, start reading that. Then I'm telling you, your mind will start recording it. Then you will start living it.
It's so important that, we understand that our mind, are a tool for us. They are the engine that drives us. And now and then, as much as the car cannot fully function unless it is constantly serviced, it cannot fully function unless now and then, you check on the wiring. Is the wiring okay? You're checking on the engine. Is the engine okay? Is there enough oil and whatnot? And our minds need that as well.
Yes.
Because working and doing life and all the responsibilities that we have, it overworks it.
Yeah.
It cripples it in a way. Yeah. And we need to constantly refresh ourselves. We need to service ourselves. And in there are many ways on servicing the minds.
There are so many ways.
You can service your mind through reading books. Yeah. You can service your mind through just being in a peaceful environment.
Holiday.
Going on a holiday.
Don't tell me you are singing. Take yourself on a date.
Yes.
Don't tell me you are singing.
Pamper yourself.
Take yourself on a date. Go get a massage.
Do anything that allows you to say, I'm giving my mind a break.
From
rest
everything
if
else.
You have to rest.
Yeah.
But just be in a state where your mind is completely silenced from everything else. Your heart is completely listening to your mind, and your mind listening to your heart. So everything has to be in sync. And then I think in those spaces, that's when you are actually able to analyze your life from an outside perspective in a way. Because now your mind is they call it a diffuse mode thinking, which means you're not focused on something specific.
Or have a meeting with me, myself, and I, and find out what me,
the
myself,
problem
and
is.
I,
who's
me, myself, and I,
who is
what
to
they
blame?
are saying to each other, who's to blame.
That is so powerful. Yes, who is to blame in all of that is happening in our lives? And then you start disciplining yourself, whether you discipline I or you discipline myself.
Me or me. That's it. Just have a meeting with me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Surely one of the three will say somebody did something.
And that is not right.
That is not right. Let's fix it. But in a nutshell, your mind is your driving force.
Yeah.
Take care of your mind also. Mental health could be dangerous. If there's a need, take yourself out. Hey, go for therapy if needs be. Talk to someone. Find someone someone that will talk to you and help you overcome if there's anxiety or anything. But take care of your mind. Your mindset is your driving force, and what you feed your mind is very important also.
Wow, that is very, very powerful. Thank you so much, Mr. G. And I'm hosting a course very soon. It's going to be an online course that is called Discover and Unleash Your Potential. And in one of those modules that I'll be touching on, it's called Mind Shift. Yeah. And basically, we will be looking at mind rewiring, your barriers. Those are the things that you have, thought or learned over the years that have kept you stagnant, that have caused you to not be able to flip onto something better in your life or to level up, because you have told yourself that this is not what I can do, this is not what I want to do, or I have been told this is not for a person like me. So we'll be looking at those as well. And most importantly, we're talking affirmations, positive affirmations, because that is a very important driving force mentally. What you tell yourself is what you become, because when you speak it, you manifest it. And when you think it, you start saying it. And that also becomes a manifestation. So when you learn to think the positive that you speak, you learn to manifest it even deeper. You learn to actually step into those positivity. And I think that is very powerful. That is very powerful. Okay, so Mr. G, just for your final words to our listeners about keeping a positive mindset.
I can say that what you feed your mind, it's important. Start feeding your mind what is very good. That is why there's a saying, you are what you eat. Start feeding your mind what is good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is all I had for you guys for this episode. I truly hope that you are inspired, and I hope that wherever you are lacking or wherever you're having difficulty in terms of, keeping a positive mindset, that this video has really helped you. I know I've learned a lot. I've learned to continue my focus. I've learned to be intentional, and I hope and I believe that you've also learned a lot from this episode from today. So thank you so much, and thank you to my favorite person for being here and sharing his thoughts with us and sharing some of his, lessons in terms of keeping a positive mindset. I truly appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. Bye. That's all I had for you for today. Thank you so much for listening. Do connect with me. I've put my link on all my social pages on the description of this podcast. Do rate the podcast, rate my episode, and I would really love to hear from you. Send me an email, give me a shout. Let's connect. Bye.